Trump pardons.
Those lovely pardons, Bannon, Stone, Manafort, Flynn, Arpaio, Kushner's dad.
Kushner's dad. There you go.
Meadows, he got immunity. Testify. He's going to testify partially true and partially untrue.
Yeah,
But who knows? So anyway, Meadows is testifying for immunity. Trump pardoned Bannon. Stone, Manafort, and Flynn all worked for him. And of course, Stone, Manafort, and Flynn, especially Manafort, was involved in the Russia thing, as well as Flynn and Stone. Arpaio was given a pardon. Trump pardoned a lot of other people who were scamming the government.
That's right. I remember that.
Trump pardoned Bannon for stealing donors' money from the We Build the Wall scheme. Currently, Bannon is appealing 2 counts of contempt of Congress after being found guilty in the January 6th contempt of Congress trial in July of 2022, nearly 2 years after the trial. Instead of waiting in jail during his appeal, Bannon is free to do as he pleases. The judge stayed his sentence of 4 months and a $6,500 fine. However, Peter Navarro was just denied a stay from the D.C. Appeals Court. Navarro will likely serve less than 4 months in the protected, Happy Hotel. These men refused to produce documents, and both gave Congress the middle finger. I know people that served more time for unpaid moving violations, or a few joints that not only served more time, but also paid higher fines, and the punishment was immediate. Another question I have. If the law is to punish crime equally, how is this reality to be explained? And how is it that a multimillionaire has to pay just a $6,500 fine and walk free? When a bench warrant is issued against a person that committed a small offense, because he cannot pay the fine or get a ride to the court, he is thrown in jail. Even juvenile offenders serve months to years in juvie for non-violent offenses. But protected rich men can solicit and steal millions from the public with intent. Yet they and others of their ilk have the audacity to claim witch hunts, 2-tiered justice system, corrupt DOJ, weaponized justice system. Are you effing kidding me? You whiny, entitled gutter snipes. Must be nice to be a rich man that works for the elite.
Apparently, the president cannot pardon somebody at a state level, right?
No.
Only at a federal level.
Right.
So anybody that's screwed up in his recent past or in the near future, he's going to pardon their federal case.
Yeah, or commute it, or someone who's already in jail, or
Right.
prison rather, yeah.
So what happens if if it's a state problem? If they're convicted in a state level, he can't pardon them, right?
No.
No, I don't believe so either. But you know what?
What?
The governor can.
Yes, the governor can.
The pardon power of the president extends only to offenses recognizable under federal law. However, the governors of most of the 50 states have the power to grant pardons or reprieves for offenses under state criminal law. In other states, that power is committed to an appointed agency or board, or to a board and the governor in some hybrid arrangement. In some states, the agency is merged with that of the parole board, as in the Oklahoma Pardon and Parole Board. 9 states in the United States have boards of pardons and paroles that exclusively grant all state pardons.
The governor can. So think about this for a second. We start voting, right? We get, let's say Trump, by some crazy atmospheric warp of time, gets into the presidency, and we get a bunch of Republican governors.
A black hole.
A bunch of Republican governors in, let's say, all 50 states. Now, anybody that does anything wrong federally, he can basically pardon. And anybody that does anything for the state and gets put in prison, his governors can pardon them.
Yippee-ki-yay.
So here we go. Where does this end?
It's a never-ending.
This is why every vote is so important. Every single vote.
Yes, Congress is very important. Representatives, senators,
Governors.
even school officials, judges, local judges.
They're doing book bans and all kinds of... It's craziness.
You mean the book about the 2 young women who got daddy drunk and had sex with them to bear his seed.
Didn't they lure him somehow?
Oh, it was all their fault. They lured Daddy for his seed.
Oh, is that what it was? Seeds now.
Yeah.
Gotta plant some seeds.
Yeah, Jack and the Beanstalk.
It is springtime.
That is a fact. Planting everywhere.
What's that called?
That book?
When they coerce him to having sex. What is it? They lured him. They
lured him.
It's a lure.
I think that's not even true, but if it is, that's sick and disgusting.
That book needs to be banned.
Mm-hmm. Watch what you say.
Watch what you hope for.
It's an abomination. Abomination. It's an abomination.
You start banning books, it has no end. Every book in the world will be banned. Think about that, art pieces. Any kind of art that has frontal nudity, like David, the Mona Lisa. They don't like her smile. That smirk just looks a little too condescending.
She's always watching me.
Her eyes follow you around the room.
She always stares at me.
If you're in the 8th grade, I guess that kind of shit bothers you. Bitch, quit looking at me.
Possessed. She is possessed. The devil's spawn.
This is why every vote is so important. Every single vote. Remember that.
Trump pardoned people who were scamming the government.
That's right. I remember that. Anybody else on the list? You've been screwed. Subscribe now to Scrood on Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
And watch Scrood on YouTube. Laugh with us as we break it down. Thanks.